Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to film a newborn essentials video. First things first, I just want to mention that if you hear any noises or a baby making noise in the background, that is my son. He is right here next to me laying down on his little play mat. I had to film this video with him awake because as I literally sat down to film it, he woke up from his nap. So he's going to be in the background and I may have to occasionally pick him up. We'll see. Hopefully he is content playing for now so I can get through this video. I'm just going to be talking all about newborn essentials and what really worked for me and also what made my life a lot easier in that newborn stage. I just wanted to film this video for anybody out there that has just had a baby or is going to have a baby and you're looking for maybe some things that might make your life easier, or if you just love watching these types of videos, that is what we are going to be talking about today. I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so I tried to break this video down into different categories, kind of organize like everything in front of me into those categories. So I know I'm like super extra. I just like being organized. I just feel like it makes my life a lot easier. I don't know, at least I try to be as organized as I can. But anyways, these are just two like blanket swaddles, and they do show you how to swaddle your baby in the hospital. And sometimes that can be a little bit like, I don't know what's the word I want to use. It can be a little bit time consuming, I guess you'd say, especially for like those late night feedings, or, you know, if your baby's waking up every 2 to 3 hours, or, you know, every hour. Sometimes that does happen. Trying to get your baby swaddled perfectly, like how they do it in the hospital with one of these blankets, can be a little bit tough. And whenever my son was a newborn, I used this method for probably about a month, I'd say, and it like didn't really seem time consuming to me until I switched over to a different swaddle. And I'm going to show you guys the one that I used. It's this one. Now I have it kind of wrapped how you would swaddle your baby, and this is a Velcro swaddle. It literally Velcros apart. You can kind of see how your baby is going to be swaddled, but it makes life so much easier, especially like in the early mornings or during the night when you're like half asleep. And as far as my son, my boyfriend actually swaddled so much better than I did, and once he went back to work, I was the one waking up with him in the middle of the night and during the night. And honestly, like I could never swaddle him as good as he did. I don't know what it was, but I struggled a lot and he didn't. So this made life so much easier. You just put your baby in there like that, and then the fold right there at the bottom comes up onto their stomach. You would wrap this longer piece like that and tuck it underneath their arm, and then this part goes lastly and it just seals everything together. These are, this swaddle is actually from Carter's, and this one was a size small. Yeah, small. It says 0 to 3 months, and depending on like the size or weight of your baby, they also have size medium too. They do offer bigger sizes, so you can definitely size up if you need to. And moving on to the next things are like little onesie, like sleeper type of things. These are just two of my favorites. And these two are little like zip up sleepers. This one is from Target and the gray one is actually from Old Navy. And I really like these zip up sleepers because, let's just be real, like you don't want to have to button 20 million buttons when you're trying to put your baby back to sleep so that you can get back to sleep. It just makes life so much easier. And the ones from Target I do like a little bit better because they do have the little fold for their hands. That way you don't have to like put mittens on them, and it just folds over so that they don't scratch their face. I do like the Target sleepers for that little like mitten that comes built in. What really sold us on these little sleepers was the zipper. Now the zipper goes the opposite way, so meaning you don't zip from this way, you zip upwards, and that makes life so much easier because you don't have to unzip your baby all the way. And you know, some babies do cry when they get really cold and when you're trying to change them, so just only zipping about halfway really is awesome because you don't have to like unzip their chest, and they can stay at least a little bit warm and make the changing process, you know, so much easier. Also too, I just really liked the Old Navy ones because they did the same thing with the zipper. They don't come with the little like built-in mitten, but that's okay because the zipper, like I said, just sold me on it. And also too, they are a little bit like of a thicker material. It's not like like the really fluffy material, but it is just a little bit thicker. So it's not going to be super hot for them, or they're not going to get super hot in it, but it is going to keep them warm. Okay, so the next thing is not an actual clothing item, but it is for clothes. And if you have a child, you know that it is so like hard to hang baby clothes, or like just their bottoms in general. It's no baby hangers come with like the little hooks like adult hangers do to kind of like clip on their pants and stuff. And I just grabbed one of his pants out of his closet to show you what I'm talking about. But these are the little hooks that I purchased off of Amazon, and oh my god, like it just made life so much easier, because before I was like folding the clothes and hanging them that way, and they would fall off because they weren't long enough to stay on there all the time. Like it just became a mess. Like they started falling off the hangers in his closet. I found these off of Amazon. They just clip on and off like that. So they just come off and on, and you can adjust how like wide the pants are. My son is in 12-month clothing, so these are 12-month jeans that he has. But if they're obviously like 3-month pants or 6-month pants, you can make the like width smaller, if that makes sense. So I really, really love these little clips. And this is the bag that it came in, and I only have 2 hooks left, or 2 hooks left. I definitely need to order more of these, because these have been such a lifesaver with hanging clothes. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to be mentioning is for diaper creams. Now this is to apply diaper cream, and this is going to make your life so much easier. This is a little, like, I don't even know the right words, but I just want to call it like a baby butt spatula thing. Like, it's just, I don't know the technical word for it. It's a I can't remember what it's called, but this is to apply diaper cream. Now this is an absolute necessity. Like, I didn't have this the first time that I ever applied diaper cream to my son, but honestly, like, I don't know how I didn't buy it sooner. I should have had it like on deck beforehand, but I didn't, and I wish I did, because this makes life so much easier. Whenever you're changing your baby, you just want to hurry up, and if you're applying any diaper cream, you just want to hurry up and do so. That way you can cover them back up. I did purchase this from Walmart, but I know that they sell it on like Amazon. I don't know about Target. Okay, so the next category that I'm going to be talking about is the breastfeeding category. When I had my son, I knew that I wanted to breastfeed, but I didn't like know how to, or like I just didn't know anything about breastfeeding. First things first, I'm going to talk about my favorite. And if you are going to have a baby and you want to breastfeed, or if you just had a baby and you're breastfeeding and you don't have this, you need this in your life. Like, you need this in your life so bad. This is the Haka, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but this is the Haka breast pump. This is like amazing. I didn't have this until about 3 or 4 weeks into breastfeeding, until my son was about a month old pretty much. And I knew about it, but I just really didn't like know that I needed it until I had it. And I was like, oh my god, I needed this like from day one. Like, this, I should have had this, but I didn't. And the reason why I say that is because if you are planning on breastfeeding, just know that when you're feeding your baby from one side or from one boob, the other one is going to leak. And they say you can put like breast pads or nursing pads in the other part and keep that on, but all of that milk is going to waste just soaking up in a breast pad or in a nursing pad. So whenever I bought this and I finally used it, I was shocked by how much milk I accumulated in this thing from the other boob while I was feeding my son from one boob. Like, it was a complete shock. Like, I had no idea that I was really going to catch that much. The reason why I say that is because in a nursing pad, you can't really see like how much milk is in there, or like how much milk it caught. You really don't know. And then as soon as I put this on, I was like losing about an ounce, probably close to sometimes an ounce and a half in nursing pads. And I could have been catching the letdown from my other boob into this Haka breast pump. I feel like any breastfeeding mom needs this. Like, I could not believe that I didn't have this. It's such a necessity. So if you're planning on breastfeeding, or if you just had a baby and you don't have this and you are breastfeeding, I recommend this like 100 Like, this is a necessity for sure. Okay, so for the next thing for breastfeeding, I'm just gonna quickly talk about my manual breast pump. And I did have a regular like pump that you hook up to a wall, and oh my god, it just, like, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Pumping, like, being hooked up to a wall and everything like that, it really did take a lot of time. It was really hard for me in the beginning just because like I said, I didn't know anything about breastfeeding, and I knew that you had to pump and things like that, but I really didn't know that it took up so much time to pump. And like, I had to, sometimes I would pump the other boob after like he was done feeding from one boob, and I would do that like even throughout the middle of the night. Whenever he was waking up, I would do that like at 12 to 4 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't go right back to sleep after putting him down to sleep. Like, just think about it. Newborns wake up every like 2 to 3 hours, or so they say. Sometimes they wake up every hour. It just depends. Every baby is different. First things, you change them, feed them, whichever comes first, burp them, swaddle them, then put them back to sleep, hoping that they go to sleep, right? Let's say that takes about an hour gone, and let's say you pump for like 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. You have to put the milk up, then try to go back to sleep. After that, it's already like an hour and a half. Let's say if your baby sleeps for the 3 hours, right? That's an hour and a half of sleep that you get after doing all of that you did. This manual breast pump, this is from the brand Lancino, and I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know. I didn't have this pump right away. That's one of the reasons why I'm filming this video, is like, half of this stuff I didn't even have like before I had my son. I kind of just learned as I went. And if I had half of these things like before, especially for breastfeeding, I feel like breastfeeding would have been a little bit easier. I'm not saying that it would have been like a breeze, because learning how to breastfeed for the first time, or doing it for the first time, you know, it is hard, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that's just like one of the main reasons why I wanted to film this video, is to help other people out there that are just about to have their first baby, or that have just had their baby. So having this pump really did help. And I literally just took this out of my kitchen cabinet. This is not the bottle that it comes with. It does come with like a Lancino like bottle to catch the milk in, but this is the Dr. Brown's bottle, and this actually fits the, what is it called, like the adapter piece that connects the rest of the bottle to the rest of the pump. This actually fits the Lancino manual pump. So if in case anybody didn't know that, or was thinking about buying this pump, I definitely recommend. And this was only $30 at Target. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to mention is also for breastfeeding, and I just have like 2 more things that I'm going to show. But the next thing is this like car seat cover / nursing cover. This is actually a multi-use cover, so you actually can use this as a car seat cover or a nursing cover. And how it works is you just like, here, let me show you. Okay, so you just put it over your head like this, and then you just kind of drag it down. You would just put your baby underneath like this, and then you can also check on your baby like, you know, like this. And it just honestly made life so much easier, just being covered up. And then also it works great as a car seat cover. So I really love this. I got mine off of Amazon, and I think I got this one for like $13-14, and then the other one was like I think 10 or 12. I'm not really sure, but it was really affordable. This was really nice. So I definitely recommend this if you're breastfeeding. Okay, so for the last thing for breastfeeding, I feel like I had a lot of like stuff to talk about in breastfeeding, but this is actually the last thing that I'm going to mention. This is the Boppy, is it? Yeah, it's the Boppy like breastfeeding pillow. I actually got mine from, I think I got mine from Marshall's for like $20. I wasn't sure if I was going to need this or like this, because I heard a lot of mixed reviews on this, like you don't really need this, or it's a waste of money, or you're not going to use it for that long. So I actually found it for half the price at Marshall's, and I went ahead and got it. Your body goes in here, and you know, you lay your baby on to feed them. And I actually did use this in the hospital. This was actually a really great necessity, because I had a C-section. So learning how to breastfeed and like different positions was really hard for me. I could only do like 1 or 2 positions in the beginning, just because like I didn't know what I was doing. My incision hurt, and just like moving your baby around, him being like really close to my incision and like accidentally kicking me, it hurt really bad. So I did use it for a little bit in the beginning, and just some kind of support is a necessity, I feel like. So this is what I bought, and I really ended up liking it for the time that I used it. So the next thing that I'm going to show is something that I was able to put my son in for him to be able to look at everything and kind of just hang out and relax. This is actually the newborn lounger, and oh my god, I use this so much. This boppy pillow, like, honestly was the best. So I really love this, and he loved being in here. They are kind of propped up when they're in here, like sitting up a little bit, so they're able to see a lot more, and I really feel like he loved it for that purpose, just because he was able to see everything that was going on around him. So I definitely recommend the boppy newborn lounger. I don't remember the exact name, but this is what is it called? This is like a little like portable bed. You can kind of compare it to like a DockATalk or the Snuggle Me lounger, or I forget what that's called. I don't have it, so I don't know the exact name. But I bought this at Target, and this was I think like $30. I'm not sure. It was like around $30. I'm gonna make sure that I have everything in the description box, because I can't remember exactly like how much things cost or like what exactly the name is. So I'm gonna make sure that I include everything down below. Okay, so this is what it looks like unfolded, and it's just like a little bed for them to sleep in. It has like the little like guard rail, I guess you'd say. But we used this a lot for whenever he was sleeping and we were on the bed, or if we were on the couch and he was sleeping, like just to kind of put him in safely. That wasn't like his bassinet or anything. And this is great for like traveling. So if you're going anywhere with your baby, like, I don't know, to like a relative's house or family function, or I don't know, vacation or anything, you can definitely take this with you. It has a little Velcro and then a little handle right here, so you can take it with you. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to be talking about is the sound machine that I use. And oh my god, whenever I bought this sound machine, it really did like change the game. This is the Hatch baby sound machine, or like the Hatch Rest, I think is what it's called. This is the sound machine that we use. Now, I didn't have the sound machine whenever he was first born. Like, I think we bought this when he was 3 months. I was just using my phone as a sound machine, and I would just play the white noise from an app on my phone that I downloaded. I literally played that for him like all the time, so I was like never able to like use my phone or anything whenever he was asleep. I literally didn't think it was a necessity. I was like, okay, why is this sound machine like so popular? Like, why was this sound machine like $60? Or to me, it is completely worth it. It changes colors, it changes like different noise. You can change the settings all from your phone. So you don't even have to like go in there and like look at the bottom, because the buttons are on the bottom. So you don't even have to like go in when your baby's asleep and like possibly wake them up by like trying to change, you know, the buttons, and then you can't see the button. You can just do everything from your phone, which I really loved. But I definitely think it's a necessity. I actually forgot to mention that a swing or some kind of like swing or bouncer is definitely a necessity. We still have ours. It is in the living room, so I can't like bring it over here to like show you guys. It is the gray coat swing. I can't remember like the exact name for it, but we bought ours from Target, and you actually take off like the part that they sit in that swings. You can actually take it off and it becomes like a little bouncer. So it's like a 2-in-1 kind of thing, and he really loved the swing. He doesn't use it anymore just because he wants to be like rolling around, and he's at that stage where he's about to start crawling, so he doesn't want to be, you know, swinging anymore. But we definitely used it like every day. He loved the swing part, and he also loved when it turned into a bouncer. Like, we would put him, you know, with us while we were like at the table eating. We'd sit him right there. Or if I was taking a shower, like honestly, I would take him into the restroom with me and just put him in his bouncer. Now that's not really like possible, because he does, like I said, he doesn't want to be contained anymore. He just wants to be like free and just going everywhere. He doesn't really like to be like strapped in unless we're in the car. He doesn't mind the car seat, but he wants to be grabbing everything, like Right now, he's literally grabbing everything that I've shown you guys. Like, it's a mess right in front of me. But yeah, I literally use that like every day. It's just kind of hard to show like on camera, obviously. I'll definitely make sure I include the link for that in the description box, just in case you're interested and you're looking for a swing maybe, or whatever, you just want to check it out. Okay, so I think that's everything for this video. I think I talked about everything that I wanted to. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and that you stuck around to the end and saw everything that I talked about. If there's any other videos that you guys want me to film, leave them down in the comments. I think I covered everything. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.